how you doing? This is a girl Noni, and you're watching Learn to Sew with Noni. Guys, if you're new here, welcome. You know what to do. Consider subscribing, tap on the notification bell so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. And to all my subscribers, I love you. Thank you for joining us once more. Thank you for all that you do, for your likes, for your shares, for your comments. I really appreciate. Today we're talking business. So we're talking about the business aspect of tailoring and how to start a fashion business. Okay, so if you're here to start, we're talking about how you can start up your fashion business on a big scale and on a small scale. Okay, so depending on how much money you have or how you want to start up, if you want to start up on a big scale, if you want to start up on a small scale, if you want to start up at all and you don't even know where to start from, we're talking about how to make money from the fashion business and a lot of other things. Okay, so I'll start with talking about coming out as a fashion business entrepreneur on a big scale. Okay, I'll be starting with talking about starting your fashion business on a big scale. So those of us that want to start on a small scale, chill, I'll still get to that point. And if you also want to start on a small scale, you can start listening on, you can start with listening on how to start on a big scale, because I know that you're going to get there. Okay, so let's start with people that want to start on a big scale. Now, first things first, you need to get a brand name. Okay, your brand name, decide on what the name you want for your business. Okay, before you start, you decide on the name you want for your business, because that's the name that will be selling your business and your products. Then you go to CAC to register your brand name. Okay, you're going to do a search on it. Okay, if you don't know how to go about it, just get a lawyer to register your business name for you, or you can go to any of the CAC registration agencies near you. You'd first search on the name you want to use to be sure that no other person has registered her business or his or her business on that name. So you go for a name search. If your name hasn't been used by another person, you can go ahead and use it. If it has been used, you can modify your name to suit your style. Now, the essence of registering your brand, if you're doing a tailoring business, is that you will not be associated with any tailoring union. Okay, tailors have the associations around that they get to join, pay some taxes. There are lots of things that go on in tailoring association or tailoring union. So if you want to if you want to detach yourself from that union, that's another way to do it. Register your brand name. Okay, so when you do this, you know that, okay, this is the business I want to do, this is the brand name, this is what it stands for. The next thing would be to find a good location. Okay, now if you want to start a tailoring business on a big scale, you're not going to start in a region or in a location that has low income earners. Okay, because if you want starting on a big scale, there are the type of target markets that you would want to associate your business with. Okay, so know what you want, know where you're starting from, and your location matters. Your location is key. Where you are is key, because you can't be in a location where everybody in that location makes skirt and blouse for 2,500, and you get your tailoring brand there and you start making skirt and blouse for 25,000 naira. That business is going to fail, because the people in that area are used to making stuff like this for this amount, and you're talking about this other amount of money. So your location is important. Then you figure out your target market, like I've said. What are the type of people you want to make clothes for? Okay, you can talk about children wear, women wear, bridal, male, bespoke or ready to wear. So that is what you decide. Are you making bespoke outfits, or you're into ready to wear? So let's talk about what bespoke is. It means customized outfits. Like someone walks into your shop and you take the person's measurements and make clothes for them. Now, ready to wear is when those dresses or garments are already there, you make them yourselves, and when they come, they buy the sizes they want for themselves and move away. So That is the difference between bespoke and ready to wear. So now you decide on the niche you want, because tailoring has different branches and lots of niches. So you want to discover or find out the kind of niche you want to go into. So are you making women wears? Are you making for children? Are you making bridals? Are you making for male? Or you want to combine all of these things? Okay, so that's for you to find out. Okay, what you want to do. So when you found this thing out, the next thing is getting tailors. Okay, because you cannot do it all by yourself. If you want to start a big brand, okay, you want to start a fashion business in on a big scale, you cannot do it by yourself. You can't be the person that cuts, that sews, that looks up, that talks about the business side. You can't be, you won't be the receptionist, excuse me, you won't be the manager, you won't be the accountant. So you would make sure you know that you'd have to employ people for this business. Okay, if you want this business to run smoothly, you'd have to employ people to do some certain things, because if you do it all by yourself, I'm not saying you would fail, but at the time it might get too overwhelming, because you are in that business for the business to succeed. So if you do it all by yourself, at some point you start getting overwhelmed with the whole thing. Okay, so you source for tailors. Okay, you can differentiate or distinguish between the tailors: the ones that will be cutting, or the ones that will be sewing, or the ones that will be finishing. Okay, you get tailors. These ones are for bridals, these ones are for women wear, this one are for children wear, this one for male wears. Okay, and even if you have a ready to wear section, as in group them into different things you want them to do. So now you can now be managing the business. Now, for you to run tailor a big fashion brand, okay, or start fashion business on the big scale, you need to have a basic knowledge on how to sew. Okay, because most people just have the money to start the business, they don't have the basic skill and the knowledge to run the business. Now, if you do this, your tailors are going to one day take advantage of the fact that you do not know this business. They're going to take advantage of your ignorance. Let's say, for instance, someone wants to make a skirt and blouse with a lace fabric. Now, you don't know what it takes to make a lace fabric. You don't know the accessories needed, like your satin, your taffeta, whatever it is that is needed to make that, and you don't even know how much is being sold. Now, your tailors can, you know tell you it's for so and so amount of money, and you're going to be losing some money in some aspects, because what you don't know, you do not know. So I advise you go for either a 3 months or a 6 months course before you start up your business, or you can learn on the job. Let them know that you are interested in that business. While they are doing whatever they are doing, be there. You can learn on the job. Okay, it's not as easy as it sounds, but if you're determined that this is my business and I want it to grow, you would learn on the job. Okay, so another thing would be to take courses. Okay, even if you can't go and do a 3 months or a 6 months course outside, you can take online courses, okay, to just put you through the business. Okay, now, so when that is sorted out, okay, you get customers that walk in, and we'll now talk about the money part of this business. Okay, what you can do to make money from the tailoring business or the fashion brand that you set up in a big way. Now, one of the things you can do is to sell fabrics and accessories. Okay, if you see lots and lots of fashion brands, they sell quality luxury fabrics. Okay, they sell accessories like the shoes and the bags and the accessories that would match with a particular fabric that they have. Okay, so when a client comes in and purchases this fabric, the person will see a purse, a bag, and accessories that would go with it. Now, apart from that, somebody might just walk in with the intention of buying fabrics, and the person ends up making the dresses at your shop. Okay, so the fabrics, the accessories, they all attract business. Okay, so that's aside. Another way to get income is by advertising. Okay, so you want to make sure that you advertise your business, get models, okay, invest in mannequins, okay, so that then you can use social media to promote and advertise your business. Now there nobody can advertise or model your business more than you, who is the owner of that business. Okay, so make sure that what you're making or what you're doing is seen in you. Like, I am my brand. When you see me, I am my brand. I wear what I make. Okay, when people see me, even when even when you might be wearing something that you don't make, someone might be like, what she's wearing is nice, and maybe she made the dress. Okay, so be your own brand influencer, be your own model, be your the thing is to be your own model. Okay, so that being said, you develop your skills, draft a business plan. Draft a business plan. Every business has a plan. What do you want from this business? Okay, so you get a plan, whatever plan, no matter how small or big, and you work towards it. Neglect the things that are not important. Okay, if you know those things that will take your time, you take them away. Okay, so that's it for starting up on a big scale. Okay, starting on a big scale means that you have the money to do this business. Now you'd also invest in quality sewing machines. Okay, so if you are starting on the big scale, you know that one sewing machine will not do the job, so you get more sewing machines, um down to overlockers, steam press, cutting machines, okay, and lots of other accessories that would aid your business to grow. Okay, so if you're starting on the big scale, you want to make sure that your productivity is in time. Okay, you produce things in time so that when people come for it, they get it. Now another thing is to try not to disappoint your customers. Now I'm talking to both big and small business owners. Now try not to disappoint your customers. When somebody comes in, give the person a time frame of 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, so that you don't limit yourself to a particular outfit, because someone might come in and say, I want this dress done. I'd be like, okay, you looked at yourself, I'm not doing anything. Okay, you give the person, I come in 3 4 days. Okay, now immediately the person leaves, someone else comes in and say, I want this dress ready by tomorrow, can you deliver? Now it means you would leave every other thing you're doing to do the business, that the express business that just came in. So by the time you're done doing the express business, you've neglected the other one. By the time you will now start up on that one, you would not meet the deadline, and the person comes in and be like, you told me to come at this particular time. If you had said come to so and so time, I would make out time to come then. So try not to disappoint your customers. Get a time frame for them. Okay, so time management. Okay, because of how flexibility this job is, I'm talking to both small scale and big business owners. Okay, because of how flexible the job is, you're your own boss. You're your own boss. Okay, you have your time. So because of how flexible it is, you tend to mismanage your time, because there are times you come in and you start doing other things that are outside what you came to do. So manage your time. Know that from 9 to 6, I am in the shop, I'm in my business premises to do business related work. Okay, so that by 6 to whenever time you can do any other thing you want to do. All right, so that is it. Now for those of us that want to start on a small scale, okay, you want to start the fashion business on a small scale. I started on a very small scale. Okay, the thing is to start. Okay, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how. What matters is that you have started. Okay, so if you've learned the skill, or even if you are still learning, the best way to know that you're ready for this business is to start. Now, a lot of us started from our homes, from our bedrooms, from our dining, from their sitting room, from their balcony. Okay, so the first thing is to start, and you start by owning a sewing machine. Whenever you've bought a sewing machine, you know that you're now ready to start this business. Excuse me, you know that you're now ready to start this business. So get a sewing machine and you're ready to start. Now, when you start, you can start making clothes for your friends, for your family members, for yourself, for your neighbors, okay? And be ready to do a lot of free work. Okay, be ready to do a lot of work for free. Be ready to put in your money into that business. Okay, because when people try you for the first time, they have this mindset that I am trying you for the first time. This is my first time, so please charge me less. Because when they are coming, they don't know what you can offer. They don't know what you can deliver. So they try to gamble it. Okay, pay less so that if the fabric turns out bad, they'll be like, oh, I didn't spend so much money. If it turns out good, they'll be like, oh, so I can get this standard or this quality of dress for this amount of money. So make sure that when you're starting, be ready to sacrifice a lot of things. Okay, so when you're starting, you make clothes for your friends, your family members, and it's a way of targeting what you can do or knowing what you can do. So if you are still learning or you've already learned and you are scared to come out, okay, you're scared to let people know that you are a tailor. You don't want them to know what you're doing because you're scared of ruining people's fabrics or not meeting up with what your customer wants. So start with your family members, people that would not that would criticize, the people that would give you constructive criticism, people that will tell you this is a good idea, this is good, but it's like this here, it's like this there, so that you would improve on it. So the thing is to start. Okay, so now we'll talk about how to make money from your fashion business on a small scale. I've talked about on a big scale. You sell fabrics, and another thing for big scale, for making money on a big scale, is training. Okay, or the fashion academy. If you also have a fashion academy, okay, people that start with big brands, okay, they actually take a lot of money from training students. So having a training academy would also gain you money. But please make sure that you are providing the right amount of knowledge. Make sure that you are passionate about training people and giving them quality fashion education, please, because there are lots of what I order versus what I got online. So please, when you are producing your graduates, make sure that you've taught them well. Make sure that you've equipped them adequately for embarking on this fashion business, okay, so that they don't end up paying so much money to learn how to sew, and they come out and they don't make anything from it because they do not get the appropriate knowledge. I've seen people from, okay, I have a tailor shop and I have people come in for me to train them, and I've seen people that paid a lot of money to learn from a fashion school or from a big fashion brand, and it breaks my heart to see that they actually don't know anything. Okay, most of them just know a little after paying so much money to gain this knowledge. So please, while training students is very lucrative, please make sure that you offer them the knowledge that is equivalent to the amount of money they've spent, even more than. Okay, when the person comes, the person has gained so much money. Because now most of the times I've seen people that train people for 350,000 naira, 500,000. I've seen people do advanced classes for 300. Now that amount of money is enough to see somebody through the university. Now, if somebody pays you that amount of money to train them, please make sure that you are providing the right knowledge. Make sure that you take out your time to train those people, because it's equivalent as gaining a university education. Okay, so please, while training students can be lucrative, please try to make sure that you are living to your own part of the deal. Okay, so now for us, for those, excuse me, for those of us that are starting on a small scale, or some those of us that run small scale fashion businesses. Now I've seen groups on Facebook when people will be like, okay, I run a tailoring shop, what are other things I can do to make money on the side? And people offered advices like selling pure water and cold drinks. Okay, now that's a total, that's a different package on its own. Okay, whatever it is you decide to be your side hustle, it's different. But if you are running a tailor shop, it's advisable, or it's more advantageous. I don't know if that word exists, but it has more advantage if what you're doing is around the niche of tailoring. Like I said, tailoring has so many branches, so what you're doing has to be in line with fashion, so that people don't take you for a joke. Because if I walk into a tailoring shop and I'm seeing um crates of mineral drinks, I'm seeing boxes and cartons of biscuits, I won't take it seriously. I'll be like, do one. Okay, if you want to sell provision, do it. If you want to do tailoring, you do it. So now there are different things you can do as a small scale business owner to make extra sort of to gain an extra source of income, or to make more money. Apart from sewing clothes for people, you can sell fabrics. Okay, now there are you can buy ankara fabrics, crepe, poly, scuba fabrics, chiffon. Okay, those fabrics are not expensive. Like, you can buy ankara for 1,2 and sell for 2,000 or 2,500. You can imagine the profit. Okay, so ankara, 6 sets of ankara, you can buy it for 1,000, 1,2, and you sell for 2,000 to 5. Now crepe, you can buy crepe for 500, 550, and you sell for 900, 700. The same for scuba, you can buy scuba for 450. Yes, you can buy crepe for 450, 400. You sell for like 700, 800, 1,000. So crepe and scuba, you can buy chiffon for 150, 200, and sell for 350, 400. So those, for us, for those of us starting on a low income, starting on a small scale. Okay, so those are the type of fabrics that you can sell. Okay, velvet materials, chiffon, spandex, poly, scuba, crepe, organza, um ankara, and even all these baby lace, or you can even sell high target materials. You can sell laces, just those things will generate income for you, because people might come and buy them and still make them in your shop. Okay, so apart from selling fabrics, and you can start this fabric business with as low as 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira. Okay, you can buy, just pick few of these fabrics. By the time you're done selling them, you can go and restock, so you don't need to buy them in bulk. You don't need to buy so much. You can invest 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira, then when you sell out, you go and restock. Now another thing is selling of tailoring materials like threads, lining, taffeta, bridal satin, trimmings, scissors, bias, lots and lots of them. I sell tailoring materials in my shop. Okay, when I make clothes, I sell tailoring material. I sell any type of tailoring material that you want, anything you want. Okay, so those things make you extra money. I'm not a big business owner. I don't have a big fashion brand. So this is what I do. This is my side hustle. While I make clothes, I sell tailoring materials, threads, lining, chiffon, organza, nets, taffeta, bridal satin, mirror face, raw silk, bias, scissors, cufflinks, anything tailoring material, so you make money from it. Now let's say, for instance, you buy a packet of thread for 300. When you're done selling the packet of thread, you sell it, you get 600. That means 300 is your capital, 300 is your profit. So it makes sense. So now, most of all of us won't get jobs at the same time. There are people that gain more jobs than others, so they can come to you and buy from you. Now you want to make sure, because that in my location, we have up to 20 tailors. So if you don't get the jobs, people that get jobs can buy tailoring materials from you. Now another thing that I do is I do weaving for people. I do this, I do industrial weaving. So when people are done making their clothes, they bring it to me and I weave them, and I also make extra sort of extra money from it. Okay, so I've told us about fabric business, weaving for other people, selling tailoring materials. Okay, so like I said, I use myself as an example. I won't tell you something that I've not done. I won't tell you something I've not experienced, so that, because it makes sense to tell you from my own experience, so that you know that somebody actually did it. Okay, and I've done it and it's working for me. So another thing is also training students. Like, I train people on learning how to sew. Okay, so that aside is also another an extra source of income, and I'm very passionate about it. If you're in my tailoring shop to learn how to sew, you cannot leave. You cannot leave till I'm sure that you know how to sew. As in, I can't leave you, because if you make a bad outfit, if you go out and you make a bad outfit, it comes back to me as your boss. So if you're not doing well, it means that the person that taught you doesn't know the job, so it will affect my business badly. Okay, so I make sure that you learn how to sew very well, except the person runs off and feels the person has gained the knowledge and the person runs off. When the repercussion comes, I'll be like, she did not complete her training. Okay, but I make sure that I teach extensively. So if you're learning to sew in my shop, just know that you have everything you need to learn about fashion at your fingertips. Okay, so it's not about training 100 people. Okay, I don't take more than 8 people at once. I take only 8 people, so that I'll be able to know all of them, know their strengths, know their weaknesses, to be able to teach them comfortably. Okay, so training people is another part of it, as another lucrative part of the business, because you can, from the money you earn from training them, you can use it to pay your bills or your rent for your shop. All right, so now I've talked about selling tailoring materials, selling fabrics, weaving for people. Now, what you can do to make sure that you maximize your profits is to be stingy with your business money. Let me say it again. You need to be stingy with your business money. Okay, you see that money that is meant for my business, I don't play with it. I can give you my personal money, I can do anything, I can buy anything I want with my personal money, but you see my business money, it stays as it is. The only thing I do with it is investment, buying more fabrics, buying more tailoring materials, buying more machines. Okay, so your tailoring business money, okay, be very stingy. Be about with it, because if that business is thriving, it's from your tailoring, it's from your money. If it's failing, it's from the money you are making from it. Okay, so the money you make, your business money, is what actually moves your business. So if somebody is doing well, you want to buy a Ashwebi, you put hand and buy. You want to buy this one, you want to buy phone, you put money for your business money. By the time you now want to invest, the money has reduced drastically. You will now see the money, and you sometimes you will now be spending from your capital. Okay, so that is it. Now another thing is to let your expenses be lower than your income. Okay, let your expenses, this is fashion business tips now. Let your expenses, the money you are spending, let it be lower, very much lower. You see the way I'm doing my hand, let it be lower than your income. So you can't be making 500 in a month and you're spending 1,000 naira. Where is the money coming from? Okay, so whatever expenses you're making, now make sure that you make those expenses from your profits, not from your capital. Okay, so now you have to keep record of every business transaction, anything that you sell. Okay, I have a sales book, because I have more than one person in my shop. I'm not the only person. Like I said, I take up to 8 apprentices or people that I teach. So because we are plenty, anything that we sell is being accounted for. You record it, so that you know how much you are making at the end of the month, and you know how much that is your profit, so you can know how much you can spend. Okay, so that is it. So I hope you found this video helpful for knowing how to run your fashion business on a big scale and on a small scale. So if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, share, and please consider subscribing. Now that you've learned or you know the business part of fashion design, I can now be confident enough to be putting more tutorials so that I know that when you get this skill, you'll be cashing out from it. Okay, so you don't just come and waste your data and watch my video, and at the end of the day you don't make money from it. So that all of us will be making this money, so that if I drive past, I'll still see you, you drive past, and we'll hear each other. All right, so thank you for joining me, thank you for watching, and I love you. Bye.